What if your purpose in this life is not to be happy? I've heard so many people and so many coaches say, our purpose in this life is to be happy. Our purpose in this life is to enjoy life. But what happens when suffering comes? Because suffering comes for everyone. It's inevitable. Does that mean that suffering is meaningless? No. Suffering is profoundly purposeful. When I was in deep, deep suffering, that was a bit more than a year ago, I did not find enjoyment in that at all. At all. I was thinking about how I will survive to the next morning. So does that mean that in that moment I was not in my purpose? No. I was exactly on my purpose. So when I was going through this suffering, consciously or subconsciously, I was reprogramming my mind. I was unlearning the things that I thought I knew. I was questioning my beliefs. I was getting to know myself, discovering myself, who am I at my core. So even though I was in deep suffering, what was happening is growth. And the answer to this question is so simple. It's growth. In this episode, we're going to explore the collective's purpose or individual purpose, the myths and deeper truths of it, so you can understand why things are happening to you in your life. What are these things teaching you? Why is life throwing a curveball after curveball at you? Hi, my name is Greta, and welcome to my podcast. This podcast is about growth. It's about spiritual journey. It's about discovering ourselves, our unique highest path. And I'm so grateful that you are on this journey with me, and I hope you come along with me. So let's dive deep in real quick. Why are we here on Earth? This is a loaded question, okay? Because it will challenge whatever you believe in. It will trigger a lot of people. Why? Because we choose to come on this earth. You need to understand that we as souls, we have free will. And this earth is a school. So we come here to learn about ourselves, about our soul, and elevate our soul. There's millions of dimensions, there's millions of realms, there's millions of realities. And this earth reality is one of the hardest realities because we have emotional level and physical level. So it can get very, very tricky. And then you might ask, but Greta, why would I choose to come with these toxic parents and this I had the most toxic, the most abusive childhood and all of these things that happened to me throughout my life? I wouldn't choose parents like that. I wouldn't choose a path like that. But you did. If it all would be nice and okay and all that, you would not grow. Have you seen what happens to people when they are constantly in comfort, when they have everything given to them on a silver platter? There's no growth in those people. You can look at these people and you can see how much they're degrading because they're not grateful for what they have most of the time. Second of all, it does not push you to grow. It does not push you to throw away beliefs that no longer serve you, throw away habits that no longer serve you. Because what suffering does, it pushes you to growth. And you have a choice. You still have free will. Either you're going to go for growth or you're going to go for degradation. Because a year ago, when I was in deep suffering, I had a choice. Either I grow from the suffering and I take the lessons and I integrate the lessons, or I unalive myself, or I just continue degrading myself. And I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't talk with you, and God knows where I would be. If I'm going through suffering, am I going to take these lessons? Am I going to learn from them? Or am I going to degrade? And you will be presented with that choice. In those moments, you need to remember that familiar hell is more comforting than unfamiliar heaven. So in that moment when I was going through it, I constantly made a choice that I'm choosing unfamiliar heaven because I couldn't deal with this familiar hell anymore. I could not. And that's why I'm here with you right now, and that's why I'm speaking with you right now. Our purpose in this life is to grow. Let's even look at religions. Because, for example, Christianity teaches that trials refine faith. So that means when people go through trials, you grow. In Buddhism, there's dukkha, that's suffering. You need suffering to grow. In Hinduism, there's karma, dharma. Also, you need to go through suffering to grow. All the religions, all philosophies lead to growth because that is inherent. Our purpose is inherent. We are born with the purpose to grow. You don't go and find it somewhere. It's already there within you. Oh, I'm gonna discover what my purpose is. Oh, I'm gonna find my purpose. It's here. It's already within you. Even in nature, the trees in autumn and winter, they need to take off their leaves. They need to completely fall to the ground so they can be born again. It's a natural cycle to go through suffering because suffering leads to your purpose, which is growth. You see, when we are experiencing a good life, when we are enjoying our lives, when we are happy, we are living this life. But we are not really growing because we are in our comfort zone. You can still grow, you can still learn from joyous moments. That's also being in your purpose. You can still grow and expand your mind when you're experiencing life. That's also being in your purpose. However we experience this life, however we decide to expand our minds, however we decide to grow, we are in our purpose. That is our collective purpose, expanding our consciousness. I've heard a lot of non-Christians say to Christians saying like, oh, but loving God wouldn't have wars, and loving God wouldn't give cancer to people. A loving God, a loving partner, a loving friend doesn't want you to be happy and content all the time. They want you to grow. When we see suffering, when we hear suffering, when we experience suffering, that's when we have the opportunity, the golden opportunity to grow. That is the fastest way to grow, is going through that fire. There's the saying that every massive tragedy is a lesson for collective consciousness. That's when I talk about when things can be extremely bad, they can also be extremely good because there can come lessons out of it. There can come blessings out of it. You know, when a huge tragedy in the world happens, there's so many people that wake up to the lies, to the conditioning, to the suppression, realizing, oh, maybe I'm not my body. Maybe this life isn't just this life. Maybe there's something beyond that I can see. Let's talk about individual purpose. I believe that is the biggest purpose, as we have also individually, is growth. Okay, as the collective, as the individual, because we are one. I just want to add that there's this saying, if you want to change the world, change yourself first. If you're choosing degradation, how can you help the world if the world needs to grow, but you can't grow? You're not choosing growth. How can you change the world? I do believe that we have little purposes, that we either co-create with the universe, co-create with our decisions. For example, I believe that one of my little purposes is sharing the wisdom, is sharing the knowledge that I have and the wisdom that I have integrated. I believe, I know it's my purpose. And if I do my little purpose, then I do my main purpose, which is growth. The more I share with you guys, the more I learn. So that means I am on my purpose. Any creative outlet can be your little purpose. When we create, we're almost like God. But we're not God, don't get me wrong. So when we are creating, we are so close to the source. that it can be our little purpose to create this little thing, to create a song, to create a dish, whatever it is for you. Maybe your purpose is walking the dogs from the shelter or petting kitty cats on the street because it gives you love, it gives you a deeper sense of connection. Maybe that's your little purpose. You know, I think it shouldn't be looked at as something so important that we need to find, because that happens only when you're living, when you're actually living. You cannot pressure yourself to finding these little purposes, because you will know when it's your little purpose. You will know. So if you don't know, then go out and live. Go out and do something new. Try something new. Go out and do something that you haven't done before. Take a different route. You don't need to go and find anything. It's already within you. Maybe you just need a nice long walk, a nice meditation, a nice journaling session. And the answer will come to you, but you don't need to pressure it. At the end of the day, the only thing that you need to think about, as long as purpose goes, is growth. Am I learning something? Am I growing through something? Where am I heading, up or down? What my habits are leading me to? What my circle is leading me to? Are they the people that are growing? Are they the people that are supporting my growth? It's important what people you have in your life, what you have in your circle. Because if you're a person who's very growth oriented and your inner circle is just all over the place and do whatever and be whatever and whatever, then that's who you're going to become. When you do all these little life purposes, when you can notice that you're learning from something, when you notice that you're not stagnant, that you can move, that you can flow, and also stagnation doesn't mean it's bad. Nothing is inherently bad. Even stagnation can teach you something. Even degradation can teach you something. Even the toxic cycle of friends, that the toxic patterns can teach you something. The toxic habits can teach you something. All that can lead you to growth if you use it. And joy will be a byproduct of you being in alignment. When you are growing, you are in alignment. Whatever it looks like for now. You have no idea how it will look like in 5-10 years. What are you worrying about? Past, it has already happened. All you can do is learn from the past and move on. You're misaligned when you hang out with people who are degradational. That's when you're misaligned. You're misaligned when you choose to be degradational. You're aligned when you're on the path of growth. When you are in your purpose, you are aligned. And joy will be the byproduct of that. But it is not the purpose itself. Let's talk about misinterpretations of purpose. Because I've heard people say, oh, your purpose is the work that you do, the career that you have. Career is an expression of self. It cannot be a purpose. That can be your little purpose, to be a software engineer, because you help people to, I don't know what software engineers do, honestly. We are in our purpose when we are also helping people, when we are serving, either it's to the universe or to God or to whoever, when we are serving for the highest good, when we are helping people. That's when not only we are growing, but we're helping the collective's consciousness to grow. When I say the quote, help yourself before you help the world, doesn't mean that, oh, I need to leave everything behind and help myself. No, everything happens through experience. Everything. You can help yourself by helping other people. You can invest time and energy internally, more balanced, more aligned. And then you can go out to the world and serve other people, serve the collective, and whatever it is. If it's your art, if it's your mind, if it's your heart, It doesn't have to be anything physical, even. It can only be being kind to people, being loving to people, being supportive. I already touched on this, but I've heard so many people, oh my God, over and over and over and over and over again. I'm gonna go travel the world to find my purpose. I'm going to do this to find my purpose. How far will you go until you realize that purpose was always within you? And I wanted to say this again because it is so important. Your purpose is already within you, is already in the collective's consciousness. Your little purposes, your little missions in this life, they will come to you. You don't need to go travel Africa, India, and whatever to find your purpose. You can go there to grow, to expand your mind, to open to new perspectives and possibilities. You can go with the intention to grow. You have already found your purpose. So many people chase the external thing. Money will give me purpose. A lover will give me a purpose. Marriage will give me a purpose. Kids will give me purpose. My career will give me purpose. And they search for these things externally constantly. They search and search and search and search and realize after 40, 50, 60 years of them living is that none of these things were my purpose, my real main purpose in this life. It wasn't kids. It wasn't a lover. It wasn't engagement. It wasn't my job. It wasn't money. It was right here with me this whole time. Nothing that you need is external. Everything that you need, you can find here. What lights you up? That is a question that you can ask yourself to find your individual little purposes. I really like journaling because through journaling, I have discovered so many things about myself. Just asking the questions and answering truthfully. This can help you discover yourself. Who are you when no one is around? What is it that you truly desire? Also heard that our purpose is to experience this life. And that would make a bit more sense than our purpose to enjoy life or to be happy. But you can only experience so much. There is the saying, wisdom is applied knowledge. You can be wise if you haven't applied the knowledge. You can gather so much knowledge, but you won't be wise because you haven't integrated this knowledge. But the saying like, oh, our purpose to experience life, but then what do we do with that experience? And I understand the saying like, oh, we need to be present. Yes, we do need to be present. Yes, we do need to experience this life. But is that our main purpose? Is to experience life? I'm sorry, but I'm not a very big fan of this earth, of this realm. And if I would have a choice, I would rather not experience it. I would rather experience heaven. And I would rather experience fairy realm or whatever. So why would I come here on this earth where it's suffering and it's mental and physical pain and yes, of course there's enjoyment, and yes, of course there's happiness, and of course there can be heaven on earth, and of course there can be beautiful things, and I've experienced so many beautiful things, and I'm going to experience so many beautiful things, and there's so many beautiful things on this earth. Yes, there are. But would that be the sole reason that I would come on this earth? Are you joking? It's not like it just makes sense that we are here to grow, but it's this deep knowing that we are. Because now, when I look at my childhood, when I look at my parents, when other people tell me about their childhood, about their parents, sometimes as souls, we take the hardest path, the hardest childhood, a very rough childhood, very rough parents, because we want to elevate as fast as possible. You have a choice to come on this earth and be abundant with money all your life and be an Epo baby or whatever. You can choose that, but your soul knows that I will just come on this earth. Yes, maybe there will be some suffering and whatever, but mainly I will come on this earth to enjoy. But there's a risk that in my human body I will choose degradation. And then I will have to work twice and 5 times and maybe 10 and even maybe 1,000 times harder to again elevate. We have hundreds and thousands of lives. And there are some lives where we have less suffering, and some lives where we have more suffering, and some lives where it's spread out throughout our whole lives, and sometimes and some lives where it's a very period of very drastic suffering. But it's still, we still chose this. We still chose to go through this because we know that without this suffering, we won't budge. We're not going to question our environment. We're not going to question ourselves. We're not going to question the beliefs that we have. So we need the suffering to grow. I do believe that my soul chose everything that I went through. And it's triggering to a lot of people because they want to blame someone. They want to blame, no, it's the government. No, it's my parents. No, it's my childhood. No, it's the environment. No, it's the culture. No, it's the system. No, it's the this and that. And that perspective changes everything. You realize there's no one to blame because you chose this out of pure intentions. You chose this because you want to go back to the source. There's no one to blame anymore. That's why it's so hard for people to grasp, to believe, because their belief system is set on, I need to blame everyone for everything. And that crashes down completely. But yet it's so freeing. It's freeing that everything that is happening to us happens for a reason. And when we are going through very difficult periods, very difficult times, we are on our purpose. It's so validating and it's so freeing. And you can't even blame yourself because you didn't make that choice, did you? Your soul did. Take the best out of it. Use the lessons and live in your purpose. Sometimes people look at other people and think, oh, they're living in their purpose. Oh, they're comparing themselves, Oh, I'm not living like they're living and I want to live like that. Oh, this and that. They have found their true calling and all of that. 99.9% have no idea what they're doing. You have no idea when someone is or isn't on their purpose. You have no idea. So there's no place for you to judge. If you judge, then you're not growing. Because when we judge, our attention is on someone else. When our attention should be on us, on our growth, on our internal reality. What's happening inside of us. When you're judging someone, or even judging yourself, it's like you're placing your attention, you're feeding the monster. You cannot hate yourself into loving yourself. You can only learn to love yourself through loving yourself. You cannot blame yourself into loving yourself. You cannot judge yourself into loving yourself. That won't happen. You can take that judgment that you feel for others, that you feel for yourself, that you feel for the world. Take that blame that you feel for the others, that you feel for yourself, that you feel for the world. Take the pity, take the anger, sadness, whatever it is. What is it trying to teach me? Now you're on your purpose. What is this emotion trying to teach me? Why am I envious of this person? Is it teaching me that I'm not giving love to myself enough? Sometimes we get triggered by people not because those people are bad or whatever. We get triggered by them because there's something that is here within us. So when you ask yourself questions, what is this teaching me? You're on your purpose. You are growing. You're discovering yourself. And the more you discover yourself, the more you will grow. You know what's interesting about discovering ourselves is I found that every single person is completely unique, but at the same time, we're all one. We're all one entity. It's like we are all little puzzle pieces to this immensely huge puzzle. I'm saying this because I see so many people posting about political stuff, posting about all of that, all of this that's happening in the world. Heal yourself first. Because if there's that one puzzle piece that's missing, the puzzle won't be together. Wouldn't. So take the time. Take the time to experience this life. Take the time to sit in your suffering as well. Take the time to question your suffering. Take the time to question your opinions, to question your triggers. Because that's where the real gold is. Take the time to understand what this period of suffering meant for you. What is it that I need to let go? What is it that I need to accept? What is it that I need to do more or do less? Or think more or think less? What is it that I need to surrender to? Then you're aligned because you're on your purpose, which is growth. It can be that simple, yet it is that simple. It's truly that simple. So to end this episode, I will give you 3 questions as I do in every episode. First, when did I grow the most and what did it reveal about my purpose? Second, where am I resisting growth for comfort? Third, what my current pain, struggles, triggers can teach me about my own growth, about myself. I encourage you to journal these questions and see what comes out of it. Be open, let universe speak through you. Set an intention to discover yourself. Okay? Set an intention to be completely truthful with yourself and see what comes out. And I'll guarantee it will be magic. You can also say this affirmation if you like affirmations. My purpose is growth. Every moment guides my expansion. That's a beautiful affirmation. That means everywhere I go, everything I do, everything I say is for my soul's expansion. Is to elevate my soul, is to grow as a human and as a soul. Thank you for watching this episode. I'm truly grateful. Again, I will say this in every episode because I'm truly grateful that you are here and that you watch, and some of you comment, some of you write me messages, and it's so deeply motivating, it's so deeply inspiring that I'm slowly but surely creating such a beautiful community of like-minded people, of growth oriented people. And that is the biggest blessing ever. Can't wait to see what happens next. My social medias are down in the description. My Substack, I sometimes write blogs there. At least I try to. Like my flow of consciousness moments. My Instagram is down below. It's more my lifestyle. Sometimes I do some flow of consciousness texts. And there's also my TikTok. I love you and I'm grateful for you and I'm proud of you. And I know you're gonna do the right things at the right time with the right people, with the right mind. If you watch till the end, comment what you did today that light up your day. Okay, I love you. Bye bye.